giving us this opportunity. Two observations you just heard about income tax, first from Dr. Dinesh sir, which was a bit bad, and now a positive one from sir. And I would like to discuss with Dr. Dinesh sir, maybe offline session, that how maybe he was having that type of experience, or somebody narrated him that type of, somebody might have experienced that type of thing. Because, but I can say, sir, more than 90%, I would not say 100%, but I can say you with conviction that more than 90% of the scenarios, you will get your PAN card within 7 days. But yes, there can be exceptions. There are reasons for that. The reasons can be on the both sides, on our side also, or on the person who is submitting those documents. And the other point which you touched, sir, and the sir also somehow touched, that is the intermediary. Maybe sir took a help of his brother-in-law. So here is the intermediary comes into picture. Now, in our India, we have three generations, what we believe. Whenever we discuss, we say we have three type of generations. One, which are like ready to use this. I will only use online. That's the younger generation part of it. Now, if you come to persons who are middle-aged, they say, I'm okay with this, but somebody should help me. It's like a hand-holding. And the third one say, no, I will not touch. That's the senior citizens or like that. They will say, no, I can't trust this. I want the hard thing. Now you have to cater these three generations. Your system should be capable of that. So let me tell you, whereas the income tax department feels there is a portal, that's a one single window system to serve you there. But at the same time, we have kept open the channel of receiving the letters also. We have a document management system. We scan each and every letter at our central processing centers. But internally, we have an e-office where we manage the whole work. Now, if I start with the journey, let me tell you one thing, that in 90s, IT word was for income tax. But now 2000, IT is for information technology. This is the technology has changed. It's a paradigm shift. You may call it as a game changer. It has really changed the department also. See, we started with the building blocks. The first building block was the PAN. Then the next, that was a unique identifier, because that's the must thing to start a system. Then we started building on that is the online tax accounting system, whatever money we are getting. Top of it, we started with the TDS digitization. Whatever tax we are deducting at source, we should get that information. The next source of information we have is an annual information return, where you have a high value transactions. So this is how, first of all, we focused on, okay, how we should take all different data sources, and we should not do digitization on our own. We should take from the source in a digitized form. Otherwise, once it comes to us in a hard form, we have to digitize it. There can be mistakes. Now, therefore, we are dependent on the person who is providing that information. We have to build in certain validations there so that we don't get a junk data. Let me share another instance which I just experienced only a week before. One Bank of India manager coming to my office. What he says, he is writing in the tax deducted part somehow that date 30th March 2013. So 30032013. Think of so many figures becoming an amount in TDS deducted, and TDS deposited is, let's say, 100 rupees or 500 rupees or whatever. Whatever is difference, I would say, but yeah, this is a short payment. In crores, there is a short payment. He comes to me, sir, what is this? But yeah, this is the data you are giving me. And being a bank manager, I asked him whether you check what data you are sending. He says, no, sorry, we have outsourced it. And therefore, whatever they send, we don't know. That's the hard story. And then we ultimately blame the others. My only request is, if all of us, whosoever in whichever capacity he may be, if we play our part properly, then definitely technology is always an enabler. Only thing is how we use it. It depends on us. And let me tell you, department has benefited through technology. Why? As sir also said earlier, online tax accounting system, next day, T plus 1 day, your money coming to RBI, no loss of interest. That's one part. So government gaining out of it. How you are gaining out of it? No enclosure required with the return for verification. Sir said 26 years. We are generating that 26 years. At the back end, we are there. So therefore, 26 years has empowered you. It's like a account statement, tax credit account statement for you. And I would request all of you, don't depend on your CA only, you should also check it quarterly. And particularly for our officers, state government officers, I would even request, and sir being here, I would say one problem which we are facing from government is a, let's say, let me just take, I will take 2 minutes, sir. In a normal channel, a deductor or a taxpayer pays through a government bank account, right? But for a government, if it is a state or a central government, we don't pay through a bank. The TDS is through a book adjustment. I think you may be knowing, all of you. That's called a book adjustment. So basically we don't draw the money per se. It's the net money only which we withdraw. Now what happens is from the DDO, it goes to Treasury. From Treasury, it goes to State AG. And from State AG, it comes to our ZAO, that check part. Whereas the credit is by a taxpayer, right? We have created another layer of Form 24G, which we call in our terms as a G-OLTAS, that is a government OLTAS. What we are finding is, again, the astronomical figures being quoted by our accounts officers, which are not telling with what finally they are paying us to us through a draft. And there is a mismatch coming. So my request to all of you is, one, a compliance to the extent that they are properly filing whatever is the frequency of filing, and secondly, whatever they are quoting, those figures are reliable or not, those are correct or not. Thank you very much.